Hello and welcome to another episode. In this episode we're going to discuss if it is possible for a normal person to buy something in space. I have seen quite a few times websites that will want to sell you the ability to name a star, but is it actually possible to do it? Well, I looked into it, and the International Astronomical Union, founded in 1919, actually is responsible for things such as naming stars and naming new celestial objects, as well as defining what celestial objects are. So what's a planet, what's a dwarf planet, for instance, is responsible for this. And so when a new star is discovered, the IAU get a panel of astronomers together to discuss what name it should have. Now, they usually just give it a code based on its location in the night sky. But in some circumstances, where there is cultural significance, they have named stars in the past to be a particular name. But that's rare these days. So basically, if you buy a star name from one of these companies, all you're buying is a row in a database and a very expensive piece of paper. So does that mean it's impossible to actually name something in space? Well, no, it's not. It is possible to do it, but it's going to require a lot of hard work. What you can do is discover something. If you discover something, you get the opportunity to name it. So, for instance, if you manage to discover a new moon over a planet that hasn't been done by optical means, well, hasn't been done by amateur optical means for a long time, then you get to put forward several names based on the associated mythology of the planet. So, for instance, if you discover something around Neptune, then it will be some mythological creature to do with the ocean that you have to put forward. And because you discovered it, when the panel of astronomers gather around to discuss the new name, your suggestions will be given priority. That's obviously quite difficult. The easiest way to name something in space is to discover an asteroid. And also, this gives you the greatest freedom from what I can see. If you discover an asteroid, not only do you get to name it, it has to be, from what I remember, less than 16 characters long, the name, but you don't have to choose anything to do with mythology. You can name it pretty much, well, anything you like, as long as it's not rude or offensive in some way, and it's not some kind of historical, political or war leader or something like that, or general. Then you can name it anything you like. So you can give it several names, and again, a group of panel of astronomers will look at the suggested names, and if some of them are suitable, that will be chosen. The only thing, so the only way you can actually, as far as I'm aware, genuinely buy a name of something in space would be if someone discovered something and then they they make an agreement with you to name it what you want it. But I have seen other companies, some offering to sell acres on the moon or Mars or other celestial objects. And is this actually legal and real? Well, on these websites they often say that the Outer Space Treaty denies governments the ability to claim a celestial object. So the United States didn't claim the moon when it landed on it. But they say that the Outer Space Treaty didn't preclude companies from claiming objects. So they say because of that, they can simply claim an object, and they own it, and then they can sell off those rights. But there is a problem with that. The Outer Space Treaty does say that for any company to claim any celestial object, it needs to be approved by the government that company is based in. As far as I am aware, no government has ever approved this. But could you imagine if one of Elon Musk's rockets goes out there and lands on an acre of moon you've acquired, and you try and charge them rent or something else like that? I think you'll just generally be laughed at. And the problem is, with owning anything, usually a whole system to back it up. You know, if you want to buy a parcel of land in America, or the UK, or France, then if someone goes on that land, they'll get arrested and trespass if they trespass or so on, or you can charge rent and so on. There's laws in place to support that. There's nothing in place to support ownership of sections of the moon. And even from what I understand, even if a company did claim use of the moon, you can only claim it while you're actually physically there. So if you're actually mining a section of the moon, you can claim ownership then. But as soon as your vehicle goes away, you no longer have any claims to it. So again, I don't think it's really worth anything, and it's not generally a good idea. And this has all been tried before. Back in the past, people claimed the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean and were selling it in newspapers and so on, saying that in the future the seafloor will be valuable. And it is, yes, but they have no right just to claim it. So does that mean it's impossible to actually own a bit of space? Is there no way to do it? Well, yes, there is. In fact, there is a proper legal way of owning a bit of space, and it's completely genuine. There's no con involved, and that is to buy a meteorite from a actual genuine meteorite dealer. There are a few of them on the internet. You want the one that's been around for years. Don't buy anything off any internet auction sites or anything else like that. You don't know what you're going to get, but you want a genuine meteorite dealer, and they will sell you a genuine piece of meteorite. And that is a way of actually owning something from space. And the great thing about it is you can actually hold it in your hand. I don't think it gets much better than that when you want to buy something from space. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that episode, and if you've got any questions, please do leave them in the comments below. If you like the video, please give us a like, it really helps out the channel. And if you'd like to see more astronomy videos, then please do subscribe. Goodbye, and clear skies.